be your tour guide today. I'm pretty excited because I want to make a tour filled with celebrities just for you. So I did bring a couple celebrities on board. The first celebrity is going to be our driver, Julian. Let's give Julian a big round of applause behind the wheel. He is a legend, okay? Julian could whip this tram around 90 to 100 miles an hour, so I need you to hang on to your stuff, all right? In fact, if you have any small children whose feet can't quite touch the floor, scoot them towards the center of the vehicle as we go along. I've also got another celebrity who's going to be my co-host today. You're going to recognize this celebrity. Of course you are. He's from Saturday Night Live. He's from The Tonight Show. He's from That's My Jam. Here he comes, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Garrett.
And the greatest driver.
Julian.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Garrett.
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Thank you, Jimmy. We do have a couple safety rules. One is to stop borrowing money from Jimmy Fallon. The others are a lot easier. If you need guest assistance at any point in time during the tour, if you drop something of value on the side of the tram, have a medical emergency, or any sound and video issues, reach up and grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. I will come back to assist you as soon as it is safe for me to do so. Otherwise, whenever the tram is in motion, I need you to stay seated, keep your arms and your legs inside of the vehicle at all times for your safety. It is private property out here, so you can exit the tram for any reason unless I tell you to do so. There's no smoking of any kind, and you're going to want to be prepared. This tour is going to feature sudden tram movements, loud noises, fire effects, and a whole lot of water effects. So have those cameras out. You never know what you're going to see, but don't let them get wet or damaged on the vehicle. Last but not least, selfie sticks are not allowed extended. How's it going? Give a big wave as a real firefighter there, ladies and gentlemen, to your right-hand side. Thank you for all of your work. See, we're more than just a movie studio. Can you watch the tram next? It's actually looking pretty dirty up here if you have a second. I appreciate you. So we're a city dedicated to entertainment. We're just like your city at home. We've got a sheriff's station on City Walk. We've got a fire station. We've got a zip code. You walk through the mall to get to the theme park today. The only difference between our city and yours is that we have been making movies for over 100 years. That's our founder, Carl Laemmle, on your screens. He started in New Jersey and then came out here and opened Universal Studios on March 15, 1915. To create a city dedicated to entertainment. To make that city happen, he needed a front lot and a back lot to film on. The front lot still stands today. Here it is to your left. Beginning with Sound Stage 12, one of the largest sound stages on our lot. That's where The Voice used to film. You can also see these classic Universal movies from there. Frankenstein's Lab, Dracula's Lair, Scarface's Mansion. And if you're looking to your left, you're going to see one of our main entrances there. That big blue archway is our Gate A. Next to it, that big black building to your left is the Lou Wasserman Building, which used to be one of the tallest buildings in the Valley of Los Angeles. It's also where the movie Jaws was greenlit for production. Basically, that's the first step of making a movie, right? You got to get it greenlit. Someone reads your script and they say, yeah, I like movies about sharks eating people. Let's make Jaws happen. Once you get it greenlit, you move into buildings like these, our sound stages, and you begin filming, which is the second phase of production. Our sound stages here are for recreating the insides of buildings. Soundstage 17 was Bayside High from Saved by the Bell. It was the Crime Lab from CSI Las Vegas. Soundstage 16 was the Super Grocery Store from Superstore. We call them sound stages because, guess what, they are 98% soundproofs. When they shut those doors, they can pretty much do whatever they want, right? And when they're filming, they turn on these little red sound stages on the outside. They're called wigwag lights. That lets me know to zip it, because my voice is a part of the 2% of sound that can interrupt their production. So when Hacks was recording at Soundstage 21, we would have to go through quiet zones as tour guides, but this building to your right could continue to be built because it was not loud enough to interrupt their production. That building, by the way, is for Super Nintendo World. So come back next year, 2023, check out Super Nintendo World. Also check out Hacks and all the movie or television shows I just mentioned on the Peacock streaming service app. Once everything is finished filming, you move into the third and final phase, which is called post-production. That happens here to your left. Post-production, it's where the editor puts the video together. It's where the sound mixer mixes all the sound. Basically, it's where we make everybody look good and sound good, right? You will notice that my tour doesn't have any post-production. Everything's live. Because I look good and sound good 100% of the time, according to my morals. Well, the sound stages to your right have looked good for a very long time. Some of your favorite shows growing up, like the Jack Benny program or Leave It to Beaver, film to your right. And some of your new favorites, like Never Have I Ever, is set up to film to your right. You can also see the production central for Never Have I Ever. All these trailers here are for when they start filming next week. It's where their makeup is, their hair is going to be located. It takes a lot of people to film a movie or a television show. To your right, you got Soundstage 44, where one of my favorite shows, The Good Place, did some filming. Mr. Mayor filmed in there, so did Goodfellas. Speaking of MTV, by the way, Ted over there to your left is enjoying a martini because he has a new television series that started filming on our lot a couple of weeks ago. We're pretty excited about it. And you know, I gotta say, when you're making a new movie or a television show, most of the work happens right at the beginning. And it's actually going to happen in these buildings to your left. These are called production bungalows. This is where the next big idea is going to get started. For example, this building to your left belongs to 7 Bucks Productions, which is Dwayne and Rock Johnson's production company. They bring in the television series Young Rock. Right next door is Monkey Paw Productions. That's Jordan Peele's production company. They bring you the new movie Note in theaters in July. And it's a little different when you're planning a movie or a television show. With a movie, right, you write one script, you hire one director usually to get your actors. For a TV show, you have to approve all of your scripts for that season at the beginning. You have to hire all of your directors and all of your actors. The thing about you working on a television show is you only get 1 week to film each episode. That's it. So you have to make sure everything's ready to go. That's why on your sound stages like 22, 23 to your left, if you look at the second story, it's like an office. It's a writer's room for shows, right? So they can write out new episodes as they're filming to make sure they stay on top of what they have to do. That's what Will and Grace used that soundstage for. Keaton also filmed in that soundstage. So did Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That was the precinct in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And Brooklyn Nine-Nine was pretty smart to set up there because all they had to do to get to New York was cross the street onto our back lot. Take a look to the right. The back lot is where we do the big stuff, the outside exterior filming. This is called the Metropolitan Sets, to your right. It is designed to represent any big city in the world. For example, it was turned into the big city of upstate Buffalo, New York for this movie, Bruce Almighty.
Whatever.
That's right, Jim Carrey ran down those steps just to your right-hand side. You'll notice, though, in the movie, he is leaning on a light post there, or a tree, excuse me, and there are only light posts there today. See, everything around you can be changed at the drop of a hat. The best way to describe that is to pull into the downtown area of Rutherford Falls, where 2 of the actors from that amazing show are going to explain how we transformed this area for that Peacock show. Take it away, you 2. Are you excited?
For what?
We're on the world-famous Universal Studio Tour, and right there in front of us is a tram full of guests staring at us.
Hello!
Hi, Studio Tour.
Wow, this is so cool. Do you know what else I'm excited for?
Tell me.
I'm thrilled to be in this legendary spot known as Courthouse Square. It may not look like much now, but for our show, Rutherford Falls, an incredible team of artists, designers, and builders transformed it into a fictional community where our awesome characters live.
That's right. Our production team brought in street lamps, props, window dressings, painted the sidewalks, and put up decorations to trick your eye into thinking this town is real, when in fact, it is fake.
Yeah, Ed, am I real?
I think so. Am I? Is anything real, Jim?
No, it's okay. You're real. You're both real. It's okay.
We're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. Great job, you guys. Rutherford Falls, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. They are real, I do promise. But they are correct. When you take a look at the concrete there to your left, which was also set as San Francisco for Dirty Harry, that's actually just plaster of Paris. In fact, the faces of our buildings, we usually make them out of materials like plaster of Paris or balsa wood or aluminum, so we can take them around, change them around pretty easily, right? So this street could turn into New York City circa 1940, like it did for Captain America: The First Avenger. The street to your left can turn into London, like it did for Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me. You'll notice there aren't really any insides to these buildings either. Remember, most of the interior filming is going to be done in our sound stages, so out here, all we got to worry about is creating usable fronts and sides. So most of the buildings on the back lot are called facades, which means false fronts, meaning that's all we really have to make to bring to life this part of our set. And it could be anywhere in the world, even New York City. Isn't that right, Jimmy?
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's that mom over there? An old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Come on, New York City. Hey, it's cool guys. It's just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, you shot it right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal line.
That's right. Of course, we're leaving our Metropolitan sets behind, but catch Slim at Rutherford Falls and an American Ninja Warrior. They do their stunts out there for American Ninja Warriors, already qualified. It's not the only place though that does stunts. See this creepy cave to your right? We do all sorts of stunts inside of this cave, thanks to director
that's the
Pete
train that they used to
Jackson
use.
when he brought King Kong to the 21st century.
Mom, that's the train they used to use and all that for the commercials. Yeah. It says like Bridge and all that.
I like films that just take a little bit ship on this island, you will get monsters, creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you all on the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Oh, this is very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to know, you're going to want to stay seated, hang on to your belongings, and most importantly, get those 3D glasses ready as we return to Skull
Okay, glasses on everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
Sounds like you had a battle for a little time there. No, I understand that we are back in Skull Island. It does look very similar to what it was like before.
What happened?
Peter Jackson, I'm going, we're doing kind of this up here. What are we expecting from Skull Island?
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife at Skull Island.
Okay, that's not quite fun, unless, I don't know, that wildlife is really dangerous, so I don't know if we're ready to see the dinosaurs. It's supposed to be relaxing to you. Let's see, what else you got?
In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
Now that seems pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. Who is King Kong? I mean, is he a good guy, a bad guy? I mean, is he getting on our side? What do you expect?
He really, a lot according to the character and personality, he's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not
Yeah,
a
he's just
monster,
the main
he
character.
is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature of Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his brain. He's had about an enormous number of encounters with his foes, the T-Rexes and the various dinosaurs and stuff.
I know, just making sure it's working.
Chewed up, spat out by these dinosaurs at various times, and he wears the scars of a lot of ancient battles.
Man, he looks really neat, and I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple of moments here extra, which is exciting, because we don't get a lot of time to talk about the amazing character that is King Kong. He was obviously created using computer-generated imagery, which various right there looking fantastic. But he was performed by an actor. He was performed by the actor Andy Serkis. And to create characters like that, they have to cover the actors that are called motion capture piece and have to perform and bring to life all of the movements of the characters and then layer it into the film. But if you're acting in these movies, you don't get to see this computer-generated effects until afterwards, because this, what you're seeing on the screen, usually happens in that third phase, that production phase. So you have to use your imagination to bring these to life. There's a couple of pre-visualizations of what looks like a giant battle going on, just like that. That's the finished product. And again, here's how they have to design it before you get there. The other amazing thing that they're doing with computer-generated imagery is they're fixing up the sets, right? So they can augment actual practical sets like these stones you see to your left and right. They can augment those with green fabric and use computer-generated imagery on them, just like this, right? So Alan Tudyk, this is from the movie Serenity. This is Alan Tudyk flying in a spaceship. Basically, this is a practical set that he's on. It's actually around him. He gets to mess around with all the controls and buttons. But what he's looking at, in actuality, is this green fabric that they layer in what the computer is going to build later. Just like here we go. So these Frugal sets here, this is what I'm talking about. These were built practically. But in the background there, all of that blue, remember anything that's green or blue on camera, we can replace using computer-generated images. So if you have a virtual Christmas, make it look like this amazing set built inside of our Soundstage 12, the first soundstage we saw. They can augment that set and add in that puppet in the background and all of the other kind of background landscape to make it feel like he was actually on a good view of this fantastical area. So a lot of times you don't get to enjoy it as the audience watching it because you see the finished product. And when the actors go through it's like this on the day of filming, right? They're pretending they're on an airplane, but in actuality, this is what they're seeing on the day of filming. When the Dr. King Kong, oh man, every time I see that, it gives me, we'll see that money, oh boy. What would it be? Okay, hang on that. So here's how they added it later, added it into the movie. We do that a lot on our metropolitan sets as well. But I would say my favorite setup would be mixed together practical special effects with computer-generated effects as well. I think that is the best way to bring it to life and put it on camera. Here they use their computer-generated imagery to use actual footage of Rome and then use their computers to layer in older buildings to make it fit for the movie.
There we go. There we go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think they heard us talking about that movies and bringing us in to Star Wars. I hope you still have the 3D glasses on. Oh, it sounds like there's a battle going on. I've heard a lot about computer generally. Let's see what it looks like. Up close and personal, huh? Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. We just survived KCON 363. Oh, how does it feel, folks? I feel a lot. That's what I wanted. You know what? I'd like to dedicate a round of applause to the real hero of KCON 363, Julian Ardragon. Give it up to the man behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Dodging
It looked pretty
dinosaurs
cool.
like it's just another Sunday. Peter Jackson, by the way, did not make that easy
Yeah,
for him. He worked with one of the best special effects teams in the world, Weta Digital, to bring that to the studio tour. Now,
I got Weta all the way over
Weta
here.
Digital. They worked on Lord of the Rings. They worked on the Avatar movie with James Cameron. But that wasn't a movie. That was an experience. They had to tackle challenges they never faced, right? Like moving this land around screens that were over 40 feet tall. Here is how they brought it to life for the studio tour.
That was crazy. Yeah, that's the bridge that they use it. And the tree.
This really represents where the screen is 10 meters away. And he actually got 15 minutes of a feature film. Then the visual review.
Yeah, that's where. No, that's where the rain. Yeah. So then they could actually see
Oh,
it
yeah,
on the
it is a
camera.
pretty amazing ride, but remember, I promised you celebrities. So get your cameras ready to your left. I've got a collection of rides that you're going to love. They're the fastest rides here at Universal are cars. And ladies and gentlemen, not just any cars, are celebrity picture cars you have seen in our movies and TV shows that have become just as famous as the actors that drove them, like the Ford Cobra from Knight Rider. We gotta give a kid a round of applause for bringing all these other cars out. We got the Ferrari 308 over there from Magnum PI. How cool is that? That is a Ferrari body frame over a Volkswagen engine. So it looks great, but it doesn't go very fast. Kind of like the tour guide. There's some Flintstone cars there. Some of those Flintstone cars are actually working golf carts. As you can drive around. Here's a new pink Corvette from the new show Angeline coming to Peacock.
Oh, they
excited
actually
about
bought the Harry
that.
Potter car
The
over
point of the
here.
picture car, honestly, isn't to drive around. It's to build the world around your performers. Kind of like the crawdaddy here from Us was distressed to be in that movie. It was a new boat that they aged.
Oh, that's
Or
cool.
there's this tank here from Transformers. That tank is made almost entirely out of wood. It doesn't have an engine in it. So it's easier to move around and light on fire, which is exactly what they used it for, right? They brought it in the back, they lit it on fire, and it brought to life
What's
their
that?
giant robot battles. Now think about this. If your movie focuses on a car, like how Back to the Future focuses on
I
this
think that might
DeLorean,
be a set.
they're going to make more than one of
Might
that
be a
car. They
set
actually
or
made
Horror Nights.
5 DeLoreans for the first Back to the Future movie. Only one of them had a working engine and a fluxing flux capacitor in the same car. It was this one right here. They called it the Hero car. And it was a real time machine.
Storage.
Don't look so surprised, Doc Brown. It's not the only time machine out there. This tram
No, that is
can
Horror
also
Nights.
travel in time. Let me prove it to you.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
I had to bring you back here. You know, we're getting excited for Jurassic World Dominion, so I wanted to take you back in time to Costa Rica, and I told you Julian was a fast driver. We got here in a record time. To your left, you're seeing some picture cars from the Lost World Jurassic Park. It sounds like there's a little celebrity meet and greet going on in there.
Oh,
Ooh, okay. Well, I did bring us here for a little
Huh?
signature.
Yeah, me either.
Get out a piece of paper. Here it comes. Here comes a fresh signature. You got one. I saw that. That's great. It is mostly water, so don't worry. That's what I was told anyway. So should be fine. How exciting is this? Oh, wow. So there's a selfie opportunity with the Spinosaurus there. She is smiling, I think. It's a lot of teeth for a smile. But I'm sure
really
that's
do
what
have
she's doing.
everything, huh? When it's like
You know, it's funny. Some people, you did get a signature.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I don't
It's
remember
not
that
gonna last,
happening
but
at
the
all.
memories are supposed to stay with you forever. But the water is actually the most difficult part of filming Jurassic Park. You know, it rains in almost every scene of that movie. Rain is not something we have a lot of here in Los Angeles. So we had to figure out how do we change the weather patterns on our lot. We got really good at it. Our weather is now super unpredictable. In fact, I'm supposed to check a forecast before every tour. Oh wow, yeah, see? This is Old Mexico. This is usually one of the driest locations on our lot. You have seen this set in the Three Amigos, Nacho Libre, and Picard, dry as a desert. I guess so. There you go. Yeah, it's thunder. Oh boy. Looks,
Oh, yeah,
well, okay, at
that-
least it's not raining. We're
that-
technically not supposed to be here if it's raining. But I didn't check the forecast today, so. Yep. That was my fault. Okay, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Honestly, the only people that should be nervous right now is anybody sitting in a blue seat. If you're in a blue seat, you're in a splash zone seat, so you'll probably get wet. Everybody else is going to be fine, though. You don't really have to check either. All the seats on the tram are blue except for mine and Julian, so I'm not super nervous. But if I were you, I'd be a little more comfortable. So yeah, Julian just set his window. That's never a good sign. Oh god. Oh, that's cool. That is 2,000 gallons of water rushing by the tram.
There's a cannon right there?
There's
There's a cannon?
Glasses.
Glasses.
Somebody lost
Well
their glasses.
that is a practical
That's
special
cool.
effect. Unlike the computer-generated
Did they
effects
get-
you dealt
did
with,
they
that
get hit with any water?
one happens while the cameras are rolling. So what you just experienced is the same thing these actors experienced in the movie Big Fat Liar.
You cannot run a wildcat!
We'll see about that.
Now that is a real splash zone seat. We got pretty lucky, okay? But to make everybody happy, we're going to dry off in our 6 Points, Texas. Take a look at this opera house as we pull in to your left. You may recognize the inside of that opera house from Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. In fact, most of the Western in that movie is shot right down the middle of our 6 Points, Texas. And I thought that was really neat because this is where a lot of those Westerns that the Western movie is based on filmed. Westerns like Winchester Set to Be Free, or Destry Rides Again, or The Virginian, which is about a Virginian. They all filmed out here. So it was a nice tribute, I felt, that Quentin Tarantino played in that movie. Leonardo DiCaprio's Western stars shared these awards with stars just like these on your screen. And even though this was originally built in 1914, this set still gets used all the time. It's going to be in the new show Antolin on Peacock. I also use it on my tour. I use it every day on my tour as the halfway point. So hey, guess what? We're halfway done. Congratulations, you're doing great. Just as a reminder, it is still private property. Don't exit the tram unless I tell you to do so. Just pull the red cord if you have an emergency. I get it. I know you want to get out. Because across the street, our sound stage is over there to your left. That's where The Voice films. That's where American Song Contest filmed. But don't get out, okay? I'm not supposed to tell you this, but this body of water to your left, that's where the creature from the Black Lagoon used to take all of its victims. Yeah. So you're like, oh, it's a beautiful day, and then you get out, boom, there's that guy right there. Don't do it. Just stay on board the tram. This is the safest place to be. He's not even the scariest monster that's been out here. We are the reason you can't sleep at night. We brought you monsters like Frankenstein, Dracula, the Mummy, and we wanted to put those monsters in an exotic location. So if you get your camera ready to your left, you're going to grab a picture of our little Europe over there. That was originally built for the monster movie. It was used recently in the Mysterious Benedict Society. It was also in The Good Place as well. Never Have I Ever also set up shop. And this gray house to your left, that's a fully practical set, meaning we can film inside and outside. It's kind of like a little mini sound stage. I do want to show you how we use our sound stages. So do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, stay seated and hang on to your belongings. We're going to sneak inside of Sound Stage 50. If you are a fan of Bones, you'll recognize this sound stage. Okay, here's how we use our sound stages. Bones takes place in Washington, D.C. If you look around you, we are now in a completely different city. Just by changing these little details. Can you guess what city we're in? We're going to mark it in a closet to the left.
I drink got sprayed in the like that water. I felt it a little bit, something on my shoes.
You're going to be just fine. I would like to think that it was a good role model for being there, a special effects soundstage. Please tell my boss I was fine. That is a special effects stage, so we can use those effects in our filming as well. Here it is in the show Bones. It's the same effects as the You know what, that is just as stressful on screen as it was in real life. I'm going to be honest, I got a little scared at the last instead of us participating in a stunt show, let's just watch one. Everybody stay seated, hang on to your belongings. Take a look to your right, you'll recognize Amity Island from Jaws. Now, this is not where Jaws filmed, but I did recreate this area to have a stunt show performed for the tour. Watch these two actors in the water recreate the scene from Jaws. They are trained professionals, of course. I'm sure he is fine. Just do me a favor, let me know if you see a shark, please. In the water there, let me know if you see him. There's actually, keep an eye on that yellow barrel. It does have some shark bait on it, so if it starts to move, I do need to know that. I think I'm fine, but that's a little different than what usually happens. Okay, it is moving. I need you to watch that barrel very closely, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to call this in. For everybody who was watching the barrel and making sure a shark didn't come attack the tram, congratulations, you kept us safe, and we got you. So I decided to work with Bruce there. He's my special celebrity friend, Bruce the Shark, only shark in the known universe that can swim backwards. There he goes. And he decided to do a little meet and greet. I talked to them and I was like, hey, I'm doing a celebrity tour. He said, oh, it's going to be great. So I hope you got some really good pictures and you got a chance to meet a celebrity up close and personal. The only thing I said is I needed to set the record straight. He's not the same shark that Steven Spielberg used in the movie Jaws. They look similar, but there's an easy way to tell the difference. Look closely at him. You can see the difference right now. He's working. That's the difference. See, on the very first day of filming, Steven Spielberg's shark sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean.
That was a good joke. No, I seen it. I just heard it. So the major difference is he's working. Yeah.
Hear the radio waves. They were always saying, "The shark is not working." Repeat, "The shark is not working."
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited.
The shark low enough for a while there.
It's true. Because of the complications they had while filming, they had to move the release date to the summer of 1975, which is one of the reasons why Jaws became the world's very first summer blockbuster and made history. Not the only project in Universal that's made history, by the way. The television series Murder, She Wrote, filmed in this White House to your right, also made history by being one of the longest running shows to film here on the lot. Over 10 seasons of Murder, She Wrote filmed out here. That is a lot of murders. To your left-hand side, we've got our Colonial Street there, closed for production today. That's where Never Have I Ever, Mindy Kaling's show, does a whole lot of filming. So if you want to see Colonial Street, it is one of the most full-filmed locations. All you got to do is watch Desperate Housewives, it's Wisteria Lane, Casper the Friendly Ghost, it's the neighborhood she lives in, it's in the burbs. It is basically our little slice of suburbia. Here's a taste for you. And of course, text Never Have I Ever on Netflix. I don't want to give you the wrong idea though. Every inch of our backlot is useful for filming. Even these trees. The movie Bird Box filmed to the left there in those trees. Sandra Bullock wandered through those trees blindfolded, which is not a good idea. Wanderlust filmed in those trees. And in the television series 911, at the end of season 2, staged a limousine crash right here for that show. We don't crash all the cars up here.
Did you watch this? Did you watch that? Oh yeah, this is where Google
to your right, especially my Fast and Furious fans. You're going to see some more picture cars like the NASCAR F9 there.
There was a
Little parking lot area. We had to bring a lot of these cars up here because this is the only lot that has a vacancy always. That's because this is the parking lot for the Bates Motel. Need a
No, they
place
took
to
out
stay,
all
ladies
of
and
Google,
gentlemen.
like they
Go to
had
the
the
Bates
city
Motel.
from the original movie and they demolished it just for
12
cars.
vacancies. It
Oh,
is
yeah, here's the
Alfred
Psycho
Hitchcock's
Hotel.
classic thriller, Psycho. It's also the house on the hill there. It was originally built for the movie. We all know the sun is starting to go down a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you, this area makes me very nervous, even though it's daytime. So if it's okay with you, as we drive up the driveway to the Psycho House, I'm just going to play some music to make myself feel better, and it just always puts you in a better mood. So it's one of my favorite songs. Ready? There we go. That feels better. Now let's listen to this song and take a look to our left. Let's look for Norman's mother. They say she's still in there, you know, and she's so nice. She wouldn't hurt a fly.
Oh, he didn't come out.
That set, of course, was originally created by Alfred Hitchcock and his team. And since next to this set, this one was originally designed by director Steven Spielberg and his team for their movie, War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash set was perfect example of the set that is all designed around the vision of Steven. Again, to sit down and talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen, listen. I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Get in.
Okay, now we talked a lot about little details, right? That airplane to your left is the biggest little detail. It is a real airplane that Steven Spielberg purchased just to make the movie War of the Worlds. And if you look to your right, you're going to see a big blue rectangle to your right. That is where the movie Sully did a whole lot of filming as well, speaking of airplanes.
Remember I was saying the building and said, I don't know what
You should be pros by now of understanding how Sully was able to film all of these scenes you're watching directly to your right-hand side. That big blue rectangle is the largest freestanding blue screen in all of Hollywood. It is 50 feet long. Remember, we can replace anything that's green or blue. So for Sully, they built their airplane in front of that backdrop. They filled the concrete basin it was in with water. Then they used their computers, of course, to layer in the sky, the city, and the rest of the Hudson River. More luck, we're going to take it right here and look at the front of that backdrop. It is the 10-minute warning for the end of the tour, so just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, we are 10 minutes from the end, so please stay seated and hang on to your belongings. Don't exit the tram on their private property. Just pull that brake cord if you have an emergency. That's the road we're supposed to be now. We're getting redirected. Real quick, sorry, I'm not quite sure what's going on. 1 second. Yeah, we're being told to move into Sullivan's Truck Repair Shop. Hi there. Yeah, this is Garrett Stewart. Okay, I guess. That was my boss's boss. He said to go for somebody. And, oh, hi. Yeah, this is. Are we at the right spot? This is Garrett Stewart. Actually, I should have. Could you just come up and tell the camera? Yeah, right in there. That would be fantastic. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We just want to know what's going on.
My name is Norman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. We brought you in our secret spot.
Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay.
Okay, everybody just stay calm. We don't need our glasses. We see the land in.
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party. And where the other?
Roman Pierce. Roman Pierce. FBI, don't move.
Yeah.
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, let's back up a little bit. Okay. It's like that. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Escort this guy this out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss. Got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm just out in the middle.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back. It was on vibrate.
Sure, trust us. House can't hold forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Try to move that vehicle.
Oh boy.
It's about to get real interesting.
Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
We're going to try and stand with this 100 classic working, but I'm going to tell you honestly, I think we're going to so. Julian, we're going to have to do some very, very evasive things.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After him!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Come to the left. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, Letty, hook him up. I got the move by the horn. Now we're moving.
The witness is mine, Letty!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away!
Way to go, Letty. Don't run another missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Roman, don't shoot. Head over the bridge. Under construction. Everybody hold on. Hit the nitrous. Ride and die.
Surgical smokes, big time.
No, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all handled us better. Appreciate it. They say the beauty of family is stronger than this. You guys get good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
That is what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, with that endorsement, you have gone from looking for celebrities to becoming your very own celebrities. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's keep that applause going for Julian behind the wheel. Thank you, sir. Now, I have a present for you, newly minted celebrities. Off to your right, a beautiful view of the real Hollywood. We got Warner Brothers down there. ABC Studios is that beige and green building. There's, of course, Universal ever expanding. This valley is where a lot of your favorite movies and TV shows come to life. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to visit Garrett and his tour. If you have any questions for me, I'll be hanging out off to the left-hand side of our tram in the tram plaza by the big blue bins where you're going to return your 3D glasses. Also, if you want to check out any of the movies I mentioned on board, go to uphe.com to get a full list of movies and TV shows and where to buy them. I also recommend you download the official Universal Studios Hollywood app. It is going to give you up-to-the-minute wait times on rides like Secret Life of Pets and show times for shows like Waterworld, Live Seymour Spectacular. All right, we are just about done, ladies and gentlemen. Your last job is to gather your belongings, watch your step as you exit the tram, return your 3D glasses, but most importantly, it's to get back in that theme park and have some fun. Enjoy the rest of your stay here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of the world. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, and good night.